What is up, my hungry gringos? Great to see you as always. Today we got something a little different. We're not doing a recipe. We're learning how I lost 12 pounds in 1 month without giving up pasta, alcohol, processed sugar, butter, or pretty much anything that I enjoy. Was it sorcery? Was it witchcraft? Was it portion control? Well, the answer is none of the above, but we're gonna figure out how I did it right now. So a little bit of backstory on why I wanted to do this video. I was inspired by the weight loss challenge videos that you see online, especially one on Me Too, where these girls try out the J-Lo diet. It was like salad with no dressing and all this really bland, horrible food. It looked just miserable. And I think that's what a lot of people think that dieting is that you just gotta be miserable in order to lose weight. I had this sneaking suspicion that that was just not true, that you have to be able to lose weight without giving up anything that you enjoy. There's gotta be a way to do it. So I kind of embarked on this journey to see if I could lose 6 pounds in 1 month without giving up any good stuff. And I was really surprised because I doubled that goal. I lost 12 pounds without giving up anything good, and I'm happy to share it with you and go on this journey with you. At the end of the video, if there's time, I'll give you some tips on how you can do it yourself. If not, I'm just gonna split it up into a two-parter. So just a quick note, I didn't have a lot of guidelines going into this video, but pretty much it's a make it less sad diet. No entree salads, no substitutions like spiralized vegetables, and no depressing meals. Nothing that I'm gonna eat and be like, this is just misery. Act 1, the hangriest man in the world. So I did this experiment over the course of the month of January. I had just come back from Chicago. We roasted a pig. I was in Italy pigging out. Before my flight back to Bogota, I ate a breakfast sandwich at Starbucks and then an entire Chicago hot dog for breakfast. My stomach has expanded like 2 times. I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm not very happy, so we're gonna do something about this. So I could tell that my stomach had expanded a lot because the entire first portion of this diet was just a battle against the hangry. So I'm currently watching my wife eat chips and fresh tomato salsa. I don't think I'd ever be jealous watching someone eat diced up tomatoes with some cilantro and onion and stuff. I don't know about you, but when I'm really hungry, I get very emotional and very irritable. So I'm getting pretty hangry right now. The captions aren't working on Adobe Premiere. I'm getting pretty mad, so I'm gonna have to eat a hard-boiled egg so my wife doesn't have to come home to me being super grumpy. Like one day I was making this cochinita pibil and I'd spent all this time making a homemade recado roja marinade, and I opened up the meat package and the meat was pre-sliced, which is not good for a braise, and I just flipped out. I kind of flipped out because of they pre-cut the meat in the store and I didn't want it pre-cut. That's what I get for waiting till 2:45 to eat in the afternoon. And what I figured out the problem was that I wasn't eating enough just mass of food because my stomach was physically bigger. So I was eating a lot of calorie dense foods. What you need to be built 450 calories. This is 47 calories. Almost as much by volume, a tenth of the calories. And that wasn't actually filling up the space in my stomach. So I was really, really hungry. So I was trying to consume about 1,700 calories a day. So I learned very quickly that it was gonna be very difficult to fit in stuff that has a lot of calories but doesn't fill you up. I was eating a lot of calorie dense foods like this black bean cassoulet, which would be the bane of my existence. So it looks like my breakfast was 616 calories. More than a third of what I'm supposed to be eating for the day. One night I tried to fit in 3 beers. It was like doing astrophysics, trying to calculate how I'm gonna fit those beers in. With my goal of trying to drink 3 beers tonight. Need something filling that doesn't have a lot of calories, and I thought, what's pretty filling? Miso soup. Here I am at 8:30 in the morning, chopping green onions, and making dashi stock. Also, I could drink 3 beers tonight. Tonight is gonna be tough. Pretty much I'm gonna be drinking what I usually eat for dinner. Your calories are kind of like a bank account. So if I withdraw 200 calories for a beer, then that's 200 calories that I can't spend on something that's actually going to make me feel satiated. All right, so I fell short of my goal. 3 beers, I had 2. I want to have a proper dinner, so I'm saving those calories for that. We got a nice little mound of cheese here for our cacio e pepe. Cheese is better than beer, I feel like, so I'm glad I saved those calories for that. So at a certain point, I kind of swung in the opposite direction where I just started eating stuff that was super duper healthy, like lean chicken breast and black beans and steamed fish. So eventually my wife was like, It really does feel like we're on a diet, and it kind of defeats the purpose of this video. After my wife made that comment, I defiantly made Marcella Hazan's tomato sauce, which includes 5 tablespoons of butter, and if you want to check out the recipe, click on the link above. And she was very relieved, and I was back on track. The look of relief on my wife's face was palpable. What do you think?
Love it.
So it's around the end of week 1, and I realized that my theory is working, because I made my wife some homemade pancakes, and even though they look delicious, I just mentally was not tempted by them, even though I really like pancakes. And I think it has to do with the fact that I was eating butter and good, not depressing food. So at the end of week 1, I went to go out to eat for the first time. I had 2 drinks, nibbled at some appetizers, had a small portion of fries, a small gyro, and a half of a small wedge of Nutella cheesecake. Came out to about 1,800 calories, which is 100 more than I was supposed to eat for the entire day. That Marcella Hazan's recipe that I made with 5 tablespoons of butter, per serving it only has about 600 calories. If you're gonna go out to eat, make it on a cheat day. Act 2, no vacancy. So I'm 10 days in, a third of the way in, and 2 incredibly unexpected things happened. First off, I already reached my goal. MyFitnessPal said that I would lose 6 pounds in 1 month. It only took me 10 days. Secondly, I feel mentally way better. It feels like I can kind of like take on the world. Just accomplishing these small little goals and having like immediate results kind of encourages me in other aspects of my life too. I'm feeling more optimistic, I'm more disciplined. Chris Pratt actually wrote a great article about this. I'll link to it in the description below about how when you become more disciplined with your diet, you become more disciplined in other areas of your life, and I'm really feeling the effects of that. So at this point, my stomach has shrunk pretty drastically. I can now consume cookies and beer and stuff I normally wouldn't be able to consume because I needed those calories for actual full calories, but now empty calories are a lot easier to fit into my diet. One day I even have like 2 whiskeys on a weekday, still stay under my calorie limit, and I was full, not hangry at all.
So I had 2 whiskeys last night, little mini burrito, feeling pretty good.
I'm on a roll at this point. I'm really figuring out how to do this thing.
So it's like 3 p.m. and I'm still like crazy full from my breakfast, which I think is a good thing. Tacos are coming tonight.
One major revelation that I had is that you should have most of your calories in the middle of the day.
It's like 8:30. I had pasta with butter in it for lunch. I'm just like not hungry. Maybe I'll just have whiskey and like avocado toast for dinner.
Because it's really easy to make it from breakfast to lunch if you have a small breakfast, but that really hard stretch is from lunch until dinner.
I wasn't gonna eat until dinner. I don't wanna be very unpleasant for this couple we're going out with, so I think we're gonna have to have a snack. What is this amazing indulgence, you ask? 3 ounces of cooked chicken breast.
So if you have a smaller breakfast, stick it out until lunch, have a really big lunch. By the time dinner rolls around, you're not gonna be stuffing your face because you're so starving. Act 3, an unexpected turn of events. So January 20th rolls around, I'm 2/3 of the way in, and I gotta say this whole experience has just been totally unexpected. And I know it sounds cliche, but it really did change my life. Losing weight is just small incremental steps you take every day to reach a final goal. And before you know it, you have concrete results. And I realized that that's pretty much like everything in life. And you can get kind of frustrated because it kind of feels like you're not making any progress, but progress happens kind of glacially, but really you are making progress. And that's something I learned throughout this journey. Another unexpected thing that happened is I thought I would be excited to end this so I could start eating bad stuff again, but the opposite had happened.
I'm excited for it to be over, not because I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to stop dieting or whatever. It's actually the opposite. I just want to start eating lentils and spinach, and it's way easier and way cheaper. Yeah, I'm just feeling better eating that kind of stuff, you know?
My body really wasn't craving the bad stuff anymore. If I would eat a lot of processed sugar, at this point, I would feel kind of hungover.
Cheat day is over. Not really wanting to cheat anymore because I do not feel very good.
So I was happy for this to be over, not so I could eat a giant block of cheese, but so I could go back to eating chickpeas and chard. So it's the end of this journey, final weigh-in happens.
All right, February 1st, diet's over. Moment of truth. 170.4.
I doubled my goal. It was pretty incredible to me to realize how much weight it is possible to lose in 1 month without giving up anything that you enjoy. So major takeaways from this, you don't need to be miserable in order to lose weight. My theory was correct. Don't punish yourself in order to lose weight. It's not necessary. If you want any tips or tricks, just leave a comment below and I'd be more than happy to help you losing weight without giving up the good stuff. Another takeaway from this is that there are more reasons than pure vanity to lose weight. You are not only going to look better, but you're going to feel better, be healthier, and mentally up here feel a lot better. I didn't realize it would have such an emotional impact on me going through this experiment, but it really has. So it looks like this episode is going to have to be a two-parter. I went on for a little bit longer than I thought I would, but I hope you learned a lot by going on this journey with me. If you need any tips or tricks, or just want to say what's up, make sure to leave a comment below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can get a notification when I post a new video every single week. Well, that's it for this week, everybody. I had fun hanging out with you as always. This is the Hungry Gringo, signing off. Say bye-bye, Hugo. Bye. Bye. Are you having fun? No, he's not. All right. See ya.